So another important topic, so that is basically some things relating to image quality. And now when you're discussing image quality, we come to like another very important process, which is digital image processing. So as we know, digital image processing is a stage between data acquisition and display. So all of your instruments which actually will collect the data will then transfer all of this raw data to the digital image processing unit, which does a number of things in order to produce a display of a high quality image, which the radiologist can then examine to identify the significant clinical features. So the things that digital image processing can do are increasing with the power of the systems we use for digital image processing. And this is also an area where artificial intelligence is going to be like very useful in the future. So a few things which you might expect from a digital image processing system is that it restores the sharpness of the image, and it also makes so this raw data is just in the form of numbers and pixels in the computer. So the job of the digital image processing unit is to turn this into an image which is optimized for the eye of the radiologist to look at. So it also mimics these familiar images which are produced by traditional imaging techniques. However, a few things which the however, these are things which you could achieve by having a very knowledgeable operator or by improving your imaging equipment itself. The things which the image processing unit can do, which go beyond this, is improve the image quality, and it can also actually pick up regions of interest and also analyze these regions of interest, and as well as assist the radiologist to find the regions of interest within the image. So we'll quickly look at what are the stages of this process, but so however, we won't go into it in too much detail on this webinar because it is a review session, but in the later sessions, we will be going into detail into what are the stages of the digital image processing, flowchart. So this is what the image processing system has to do: transform raw data to display values, and it has to do this automatically, robustly, and consistently. So let's look at what are the different stages here. So between image capture and when the image is finally transferred to the PACS, there's all these different stages which we see over here: the data pre-processing, ROI segmentation and analysis, tone scale generation, etc. And we'll briefly talk about what these different aspects might be. So the first step, which is data pre-processing, what happens here is reforming the image, filtering the signal, and converting data space. So a few things which also happen during this stage is that some artifacts are suppressed, and this is something which happens during the different stages of image processing, is that the image processing software is already aware of the type of artifacts which occur due to the modality type as well as other factors in the process, and it will correct for these using various algorithms. So one thing which happens in pre-processing is suppressing the stationary grid artifact. It reduces the noise and also corrects, bad pixels. The next stage, which is very interesting, is ROI segmentation. So this is where the image processing software is actually able to extract and analyze key regions of interest in some cases. And this happens by using collimation masks. During tone scale generation, the image will be rendered with, I'm not going into detail into what each of these stages are, but just mentioning some aspects of each, just to refresh your memory of what you already know on this topic. Or if you don't know, that's all right as well. It's just a guide to what these different areas are about. Tone scale generation is the part where the image is rendered with proper brightness and contrast. In signal, then we go on to the multi-frequency processing, where various other aspects of the image quality are improved, such as more noise suppression, edge restoration, and signal equalization. So in signal equalization, there's balances are created between contrast and latitude of the image. I hope everyone is familiar with the term latitude, and also increasing the range of exposures. It's one thing that it is important to know when we're discussing digital image processing is that overprocessing can produce artifacts. So as a radiologist, it's also important to be aware of the kind of image artifacts which arise due to overprocessing. So if you spot those on the image, you can identify that's what is the cause of the artifact. And then finally, we come to the last stage, which is tonal rendering, collimating, masking, and display compensation. And in display compensation, basically what the computer is doing is adjusting the image for displaying in different output devices. So a brief overview of digital image processing. There's more things which need to be looked at in this topic. The main benefit, the reason why the RCR has included this in the curriculum is because if you're aware of what is happening to the image during the processing stage, if there you can suggest ways in which the image quality can be improved in certain specific cases when you're not able to get a good image. Also, if you're aware of the kind of artifacts which occur due to overprocessing, then you'll also be able to spot those on an image that you see. It's important to note that all of these things are actually being done automatically by the system, but it's a good thing to be aware of what is actually happening to produce the final image that you're looking at. So moving on to a word we've been discussing a lot during this webinar, which is image artifacts. So artifacts, as we've already said, are something which occur in the image and don't reflect reality. They're occurring due to a number of reasons, which are listed on the right-hand side. So they may occur due to operator technique, due to a flaw in the operator might have done the imaging incorrectly, so that there's something which obstructs the image or something that shouldn't have been there, which will then show up on
Joe, we're
image
not able
and
to hear.
make you
Hi, Joe.
wonder what is going on over there. It may be due to a flaw in the acts due to, yeah.
Sorry, the
Hello,
internet
yes,
sort of
Becky.
was fluctuating, I guess.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah. Thanks for letting me know. I'll just repeat the last few sentences. Yeah.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah, so I was just saying, if there's issues in the quality assurance protocols at the hospital, then issues with the instrumentation can also cause image artifacts. Another thing which may happen is there's certain quirks associated with each modality, which arise due to the way that the image is created. So there are modality-specific artifacts which occur. There's also factors which may be present in the patient. And as we just discussed, there also may be artifacts which occur due to image processing. And we've already said this, but we can repeat it again. Noise is a type of image artifact which occurs. So on the left-hand side here, you can see there's an image which was taken from a portable radiographic unit. And what's happened is there was water contamination in the detector, which led to these vertical lines appearing. So the artifact if it's a small artifact, like here, it's obvious that something is wrong with the image. What the artifact is doing is making it impossible to look at the image clearly. But if the artifact is small or present in it's not so easy to spot, then it may actually lead the radiologist to make a wrong diagnosis.